Well, it is 9 a.m. I'll call the August 26th the Board of Supervisors to order. First item on the is approval of the agenda. Is our first item?
Also move to approve the agenda as presented.
I'll second. Supervisor Jorgensen made a motion to approve the agenda, seconded by Supervisor Keeper. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried. Public comment. Is there anyone listening on the phone line that would like to make a public comment at this time? Hearing none, we'll move on to item 3, which is review and action regarding the approval of the August 19th, 2024.
For regular minutes, I'll make a motion to approve the August 19th, 2024 minutes.
I'll second.
Have a motion by Supervisor Keeper and second by Jorgensen to approve the minutes of the August 19th, 2024. Discussion. Any comment for anyone listening on the phone? Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Item 4, review action regarding approval of claims.
I looked over the claims. I didn't see anything that I questioned.
A second.
Have a motion by Supervisor Jorgensen, second by Keeper to approve the claims as presented. Discussion. Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion is carried. Item 5. Updates on various boards and commissions and activities since the last meeting.
I didn't have any meetings. Activities included I was in contact with John Roberts, telephone and email, going through some ordinance things, and it went well. So that's that for me.
I had a PA meeting, called in to the hospital board of trustee meeting on Monday evening in the Chamber of Commerce and Business Improvement Chamber. And, also got a call from John Roberts, and also had a phone call from K-Star regarding EMS. My
I attended the governance board meeting, FMC, Board of Massachusetts Governance Board meeting, and I did attend the Medical Center Board of Trustees. At that meeting, they actually didn't take action on the Board of Supervisors' request. It was discussed for 15 minutes. There was a timer, 15-minute limit. And when that went off, we just talked a little bit more, but it was pretty clear that there wasn't support, at least any vocal support at all from the members that were there. They were all for the Board of Supervisors proposal. They didn't vote on it. I did submit this. There was a petition circulated in support of the Board of Supervisors proposal. That was, I handed that out at the meeting. 51 county residents who signed this petition. We define Floyd County citizens endorse the Board of Supervisors proposal. Talks about our proposal, which is a property tax levy and 5 years, and requesting the trustees to fund up to 1/3 of the cost of the our services. I reviewed some of the same things that we talked about before. Oh, there was at the end, I finally asked them, it kind of seemed like there wasn't going to be a vote apparently, so, I asked if they were willing to do anything in addition to what they'd already agreed um, to support, ambulance services in the county, and then one of the members stated that, they would support the 2080 agreement that they signed with the city and the county, the current one, which was somewhat of a, well, it's a good thing because the last time we met, um, they had no comment on that. They were going to support that 3 year. So, at least we got that, and,
There's 1 year left.
forward. This current year and 1 more year, it ends on June 30th of 2026. Yeah, they're in the second year of that. So that was, exciting. That's the only thing I had, other than some lots of calls, comments regarding the, ordinance draft and the second reading. Okay, item 6, review action regarding Floyd County radio system user agreement and designation of county representative to enter into agreement. I'd like to address that. Okay, Travis?
Travis Bart, the Sheriff's Office. What you have in front of you is the Floyd County Communications Radio System User Agreement. The committee, Jason Webster, EMA, Ben Chatfield, and John Gore. We all kind of put this together. In short, this is a user agreement for the ISIX project that we're currently working on. That project was funded by the county, that emergency bond. The radios will be given to fire departments, law enforcement throughout Floyd County. This is a user agreement that basically sets out the rules and responsibilities for each party. Floyd County funded those. We are giving those radios to those agencies. However, they are still owned by the county. The county is responsible for the initial radio, the installation, and the programming of those radios. After that is done and we go live, those radios become the responsibility of that party. So, for example, a fire department loses a radio, they are responsible for replacing that radio, the upkeep on that radio, and anything else associated with that radio. If in the next 15 years, that fire department would say disband, all those radios come back to Floyd County, and then we can redisperse them to other agencies as we see fit. It just kind of spells out, that if there are radios, giving them to those agencies and what the responsibilities of the county are and that agency. What they can program in there, there's a section in there on private. So if there's a fireman that wants to buy his own radio, he can do that, but we limit what he can put in there for channels. Because there are some encryption channels and some other stuff involved in this. So this would just spell out, like I said, what each agency would have for radios, what the responsibilities of each agency would be. That's how we thought was good, given the nature of this whole bond and whole system. So we're just looking for approval on that. Either somebody from the Board of Supervisors could be the responsible person to sign that on behalf of the county, or you could assign somebody from the committee to oversee that.
Jason, at one time there was, and probably quite a long time ago, some discussion about putting a radio in the schools. But that's not part of this agreement, right? Or
No, that's
just law enforcement, fire departments, and
correct. It's just what the emergency bond was. The radios were for schools were donation to the state of Iowa, so that's not attached to this.
So is there a recommendation of the committee?
Oh, I should say, yes, that Todd, County Attorney Todd Pritchard did review this. He did offer a couple corrections which were made, so the copy that you have is the final draft of it. He said it's a standard contract verbiage. He saw no issues with it. So I guess it would be our recommendation this be passed and we can move forward.
Is there a recommendation who that designated representative might be for the board?
Since this was a county bond and the county approved all this, our recommendation would be one of the 3 supervisors, could sign this. However, they could designate either myself, Jason Webster, EMA, John Gore, probably somebody from the county, obviously. Would be our recommendation, that supervisor be the signer of this.
What is, under, talk group, list of shared FCC talk groups, 34 SAR?
That's the next one.
Oh,
The top group is number 7.
okay.
This one is just those 111, how many radios were purchased?
117 portables just for the fire department, and then you have 8 mobile stations that are at each fire department, and then you have, I believe, probably another 25 or so for each fire truck. There's 25 radios for the police department portables. There's 8 for their cars. There's EMA, search and rescue, 13 law enforcement for the sheriff's office, plus portable. There's probably close to about 200 radios throughout the county, everything except AMR. Just fire, EMA, search and rescue, law enforcement. We did 15 years because that was our belief, that was the tenure of the bond. 15 years, after 15 years, the replacement value and so forth would be over with, that those radios would then just become property of that department.
Any questions or comments for Travis?
I'll make a motion to approve Floyd County Radio System User Agreement and designation of county representative to enter into agreements. You think it should be a supervisor, right?
I would say yes, yeah. That would be our preference number 1.
So is that it goes through the board meeting? Goes through a board meeting then to get those agreements in place, or just that designated supervisor can sign agreement without the rest approval of the 3?
However you want to handle it, I think that would be a lot easier just to have, we can go out and do the legwork to get each of those agencies to sign, and then the supervisors will just sign off on each contract with each agency. Obviously, each agency might have their attorney review it as well, or
So potentially the chair of the board of supervisors could be.
Standard practice, doesn't have to be.
So I'll add to my motion that the chairman of the board of supervisors be the designation of the county representative to enter into agreements.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion by Supervisor Kiefer, a second by Jorgensen to approve the Floyd County Radio System User Agreement and designate the chair of the board as the county's representative to enter into the agreements. Or further discussion. Comments from anyone listening on the phone? Those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Carried. Now we're moving on to memorandum of understanding between Floyd County and the agency requesting shared comparable talk groups and designation of county representative to enter.
so this MOU is basically for sharing the frequencies that we talk on. Years past, It's just kind of been a, hey, can we have your frequencies, and other counties share, vice versa. Now that we're on the ISIX statewide system, they basically want a paper trail to show that you have permission. Each agency is responsible for that, so we have some portables already that we've had. So we have permission from each of those surrounding counties, state patrol and so forth, to have their frequencies on our radios. Now that we are gonna be live on ISIX here in a couple months, those agencies are gonna want our channels. So this is just kind of a formality to let us give them permission. Law enforcement would say what channels we want them to have, fire departments would say what channels those surrounding counties can have. Not so much involved with the supervisors, but given, again, the bond, and this project through the board of supervisors, we just wanted to run that through you. Todd reviewed this as well. Just have the approval to move forward with that. It would be signed off on, John Gore as supervisor of the communications center. We would handle this outside of the board of supervisors. Just wanted to run it by you guys. Again, because of the nature of the project.
So I'll make a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding between Floyd County and agencies requesting shared operable talk groups and designate chairman of the board of supervisors to enter into agreements.
Still curious what 34 SAR is.
Search and rescue.
Makes sense. Thank
Sorry.
you. I'll second the motion.
All right, it's been moved by Supervisor Kiefer and seconded by Jorgensen to approve the memorandum of understanding between Floyd County and those agencies that are requesting shared operable talk groups. And also designating the chair of the board as the county representative to enter into agreement. Further discussion? Any comments from anyone listening on the phone? Motion say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. All right, thank you, Travis.
All right, thank you.
Item 8, review action regarding the approval of the treasurer's semi-annual report ending December 31st, 2023.
Jesse, are you on the phone? I'm here. Oh, jeez.
Better than that?
I just snuck in, sorry. I'm right in there, took your spot.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, we got a lot of information here. Anything you'd like to share with us, point out, anything that stands out to you, or just a general review of it?
No, just a general review to submit it to you guys, and everything I come to zero balances and.
Any members of the board have any questions?
No.
Is there a motion to approve the semi-annual treasurer's report?
Make a motion to approve the treasurer's semi-annual report ending December 31, 2023.
Motion's been made by Supervisor Jorgensen and seconded by Kiefer to approve the Floyd County Treasurer's semi-annual report. Further comment? Any comment, anyone listening on the phone line? None, those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Item 9, review action resolution 23-2024. In your packet, yes. Thank you. It's a resolution setting the date for an election for the imposition of certain emergency medical services tax in Floyd County. So, with last meeting, we discussed the two viable options that were that time. Without, the agreement from the board of trustees to go forward with that proposal, we're really left with one, which is the, EMS Advisory Council's recommendation. It was made, I believe, on August 6th, at your last meeting, and so that is written up, and let's see.
Just have the one with the highlight.
Yes, correct, thank you.
And I just checked my emails again and I still have not heard from John. But I do feel it's your options. If you decide to put it on ballot, your options.
Well, the one that's really active right now is the one that was recommended by the Mass Advisory Council on August 6th. I understand that was a unanimous recommendation. Everyone voted for it, correct time. And it is for not to exceed $670,000 for a period of 5 years to use for the purpose of funding emergency medical services in the county pursuant to chapter 422D. And oh, there's two options. Okay, I followed it.
One just has a little, says was recommended by the,
Yeah, that's the only real difference. It is recommended by the Floyd
Yeah.
County Emergency Medical Service Advisory Council.
and includes,
The levy
use for
amount.
ambulance services, personnel and equipment on the very last part, the last two lines there. The second one, option 2.
And so this is the ad valorem property tax. It's only for property taxes. It's not an income tax surcharge. I don't think that was really included in the proposals that we talked about. So, I actually kind of like option 2, just because it has that recommended by the Emergency Medical Services Advisory Council in it.
So I do too.
I visited last week with Key Star about this. He wants to proceed. And, I'm hoping that if you've been our member on the advisory council throughout this process,
Yes.
that you would serve as the board of supervisors or county representative in order to try and get this passed. And the requirements of that, and meetings, of course, and that sort of thing. Just wondered if you'd accept that role. It's one of us attending some of those meetings and speaking in favor of this.
I will, do my best to attend. It's was in a different season for me. Depending on timing, I know that's not the answer you want, but be my best to get there. If someone else could alternate with me.
That's fair enough. I understand you're busy, and so, yeah, I think one of us can certainly fill in that role.
Okay. All right. Yep.
My farm was done for the year.
Okay.
It's kind of been a long and winding road to get us this point, but I do think it's very important that we let the people vote.
Yeah.
It's an issue that I think they're important. That they vote, voice their opinion. So I'm in support of the.
We need to choose an option with one.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Date. Oh, go ahead, Blair.
The date is in the resolution. Just to mention that there are going to be constitutional amendments on the ballot. A lot of counties are concerned that it could cause a 3-page ballot. information. I think, for what it's worth, I like the shorter one just because of concerns of balance space, but whatever you choose, if we have to do a first time 2-page ballot, if that's the case.
So that would make a difference between the shorter one versus option 1 and 2.
Yeah, and I don't know that that would even make the difference because we don't have all the ballot language yet, but.
Yeah.
Just been a concern, talked about at the conference last week. Constitutional amendments. Judges.
I think option 2 is a little longer. You're looking for something shorter.
Just, again, I don't know if that'd make a difference from ballots or not, but whatever you think is the best one is what it is. But
We're in agreement that option 2 is. I'll make a motion to accept the resolution 2324, setting the date on election, position of certain medical services tax in Floyd County with option 2.
Second motion. We have a motion by Supervisor Jorgensen, seconded by Supervisor Keeling, to place on the ballot, general election, resolution 2324, and a date for an election on the imposition of emergency medical services tax. Discussion by the board. Any comments from anyone listening on the phone line? Hearing none, Auditor Carr, will you call the roll on resolution 2324?
Jorgensen.
Aye.
Kewen.
Aye.
Aye.
Resolution 2324 has been approved. All right. Item 10, review action regarding property tax suspensions. Code.
That would be the same for that were approved last year. This is an annual thing that the Board of Supervisors do. Property tax suspensions are allowed per Iowa Code 4279. That's basically it's people who would be own property and would be eligible based on their eligibility for Department of Human Services resources. There's some income thresholds and that type of thing that go along with DHS requirements. And all it does is suspend the taxes. And so whenever if they lose that eligibility, those taxes become due. If they sell their property, those taxes are payable. And a lot of years, something like that, those suspended taxes are. The motion for these is typically done by parcel number. There is the confidentiality thing to this, but we list it by parcel number. So the second page has the parcel numbers as well that I would give to Jesse.
Can you tell me again why they're suspended?
They are recipients of, they qualify for services through the Department of Human Services or Health and Human Services. They are paying the taxes could be a hardship form. And so the Iowa Code allows that they can have their taxes suspended, so they don't have to pay them. The income thresholds, I believe for the state are that they are, based through that's all filed through DHS.
Okay,
And DHS is the one who I verify that they are eligible for suspension. But I believe the requirements for that are their gross income previous 12 months, they are less than 150% of the federal poverty level, and their taxes to be suspended are less than $50,000.
only for homeowners that reside in that residence.
Well,
Could
they
be rental.
technically could be, well, correct, but they could be in a nursing home.
Oh, sure, okay.
Or something like that, and still be eligible.
I don't know if I've seen it come across their meetings before, is this? Here, okay,
It was in September last year. A little bit later.
I'll make a motion to, approve the property tax suspensions per Iowa code. Parcel number 410 1206-331-00400. Parcel number 360-1408-377-00500. Parcel number 410-1206-356-00400. Parcel number 410-111-2377-01100.
second,
Motion's been made by Supervisor Kiefer, second by Jorgensen, to approve the four property tax suspensions, reference per Iowa code. Is there further discussion? Any comment, anyone listed on the phone line? Hearing none, those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Item 11, note the hiring of the communications dispatcher. This is good news.
yeah,
Letter in packet, offers the position to Justin Kluger.
SCHUTTLER.
Schuler,
Other?
All right. Starting wage for the dispatch is $25.91 per hour. After successful completion of training, the wage will go up to $27.02. So, it's been accepted by Justin, and this is his first day of work here.
Starting.
See that in there, but that's good.
Maybe John. I think John told me.
Duly noted. Item 12, future agenda items.
I thought everyone was included on this email from John Robbins. There's a process that he emailed. Did you guys get that for the zoning? Is there something we got to follow through with that? We all got it. August
John
23rd.
Robbins,
Yeah,
Yeah, he's had a couple there.
23rd.
yeah. Revised infrastructure amendment. I have to. Is he suggesting we meet, or what is that about for sure? Which process for use?
I don't think he's suggesting any meeting prior to the second reading of the ordinance, but he's talking about
could discuss in the second reading. Third reading.
This is a discussion regarding either conditional use permits or some rezone.
I believe so. Okay, other than that, I don't have.
Item 13, adjourn.
So move to adjourn.
Second.
Then moved by Supervisor Jordanson, second by Keeper to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. You're adjourned. Thank you.